Betfred, celebrating 40 years of history at the Crucible.
Well, Neil Robertson, the champion from 2010, safely through to the second round. I guess, Neil, it's a funny scoreline in a way, because it must be hard to concentrate because you're so close to having nailed it in the first session, but you've got to come out and finish it off.
Yeah, that's the key is coming out and finishing it off. You know, I didn't. The goal was obviously to win before we will go to the interval, but to come out and win at the frame after is good. It means I can, you know, sort of relax throughout the rest of the day and you know, go out and just, you know, do some things, get ready for my next match in a few days against Marco. So the damage was done yesterday. I played. I thought it was a very professional job. You know, scored very heavily, especially at the start of the match, and then, you know, nicked a couple of important frames towards the end there as well.
And I guess we've seen this week already in quite spectacular style that you can never be absolutely certain with these first round matches. You know, were you surprised yesterday when Judd went out? I know he's not in your half of the draw, but it shows that nobody can take a win for granted here at the Crucible.
No, that's right. I mean, he was cruising at 4-0, and you know, he looked really good. He was playing very aggressive, and you know, it's amazing where, you know, you just lose your concentration for a little bit. You know, player can come back at you, and I was, you know, I was very concentrated yesterday too, very aware that, you know, if I let him back in, then he could come back and make it maybe 6-3, and then, you know, anything can happen. So I was very motivated once I had a big lead to hold on to it.
And a great match you've alluded to between you and Marco, and what a comeback, showing his class, you know, from 7-2 down against Luca. It's going to be a great contest between the two of you. Yeah,
I mean, everyone was sort of writing him off at 7-2. Yeah, I know how good a player Marco is, and so does everyone else on the tour. So, you know, he is capable of that. He does sort of, you know, sometimes he has a bad session here or there, but he's also capable of playing very good ones, which he did against Luca. So, I've never really played him in the World Championships before, so it's going to be the first time playing him over 3 sessions. But he's always a really good player to play against. He likes heavy scoring, same as me, and you know, so I'm sure it'll be a very high scoring contest.
And just finally, away from snooker, you've been in the headlines today. You've been very honest, as you always are when you talk to the press, about the fact that you've had to put, you know, your indulgence in video games to one side. And we saw a really good speech from Mark King, actually, in Northern Ireland earlier this season, where he was talking about, you know, a gambling addiction. I guess, you know, on the face of it, because it's video games are fun, you don't really associate the word addiction with that. But it's great when people like you come out and are so honest about scenarios like that, because it means that other sportsmen and women and other people with other addictions might go, well, actually, if Neil Robertson can be upfront and open and honest about this, so can I. So it was, you know, it was really good that you did that. Was it a deliberate decision, or did it just kind of come out during an interview?
It's I don't know, it felt like a huge weight off my shoulders, because it's been a huge problem with me for about probably 8 or 9 years. I think it's really hindered me in my career at certain times. Not all the time, obviously. You know, you can't win the tournaments I have by, you know, not practicing, but there's been many tournaments where I've come in underprepared and haven't been able to sort of work my way through the tournament, and then I go home early. So yeah, no, it's been a big problem of mine. You know, it's some of the games you can play can actually make you really angry. I came back from practice one day when my brother was living over here, and he was playing one of the games which is super addictive, League of Legends, and I came back, and my mouse was, the buttons on it were peeled back like a banana. My brother got that angry playing the game, and yeah, you know, so no, it is quite a serious problem. People think that, oh, you know, you're just being silly or something like that, but they can sort of really grip you in for a good sort of 9-10 hours straight. And playing a sport like snooker, where your eyes are so important, you know, that strain by playing games and looking at that screen for so long, it can make it very tough to concentrate and you know, to see the balls at long distance as well.
Well, it's great that you've been so upfront about it and that you're winning that battle. Good luck in your match against Marco.
All right, cheers. Thanks, Rob.